given to you by the Premier League based on your final position. So the
Yeah.
higher up you finish, the more money you get. But of course, the actual playoff final
Yeah.
at Wembley of the Championship. I mean, I went to that one at Wembley when Palace came up in 2013, and
Yeah.
it's always billed quite correctly as the most financially um, the biggest money spinner in world football. There's no other game
All
that could
right.
make such a difference to a club's finances because simply by winning that game and gaining promotion to the Premier League, they're
Yeah.
guaranteed. I mean, I forget the figures they put about, but they talk about you're guaranteed effectively like £100 million.
Wow.
Now, I'm not saying that's what's suddenly given to people, but obviously, in one way or another, that's the kind of rewards you get for going up into the Premier League.
Yeah.
It's a massive incentive for clubs to get up, but of course, it's then harder for them to compete to stay up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a money spinner as a game, biggest one
It
of all.
is. It is indeed. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. Now, another one bites the dust. There's another Saudi casualty. I don't know if you know about it. Liverpool's Darwin Núñez.
Oh
Uh,
right, no, I didn't. No.
yeah.
Well, he's
So
gone there,
Dar
has he? He's gone to
it,
Saudi.
it's gone to Al
Oh
Hilal.
right,
Al
okay.
Al Hilal. For how much was it actually? Let me see. Because I've got the figure here. It's actually 190 million. 190
Wow,
million. Yeah.
wow.
So I think the pool is so strong, isn't it? With
Yeah.
the sort of money that they offer these players, um, and just coming there to play normal football that
Mm.
they play
Mm.
other clubs. So I think we're getting a stiff competition from the Saudis, aren't we?
Well, it's getting worse in that sense because money talks. Money always has talked
Yeah,
in any
absolutely.
walk of life,
Yeah,
and even for Premier League footballers, who I guess are amongst the best paid sportsmen in the world, best paid footballers in the world, then they can still be tempted away. I don't think Darwin Núñez is that old, is he? He's probably in his 20s, 28, something like that.
probably. Yeah, probably.
So, which
I
is
don't
not
think he's that
necessarily
old.
the age where somebody feels, well, I want a big last payday. You think he's got something to offer before that, but no, as money talks, and if they offer these people, a number 200-300 million over a 2 or 3 year contract, it wouldn't be that much, but it will be huge money
Hmm.
over 2 or 3 years, I suspect, and they know they would never have to work again anyway, but it's tempting for them, isn't it? It secures their families for generations to come, I suppose. But it's a
Absolutely.
pity because I think you use the word victim, and I think in a way he's not the victim, but we lose these good players. If they go into La Liga or one of the other top leagues, that's one thing. But to lose them out of, I don't know, the competitive European leagues,
Yeah.
I sort of think is a bit of a shame. And it's not as if the Saudi people, it's where they have this hugely hot temperature. It's not as
Yeah.
if I would have thought they're ever going to produce leagues of the competitiveness and quality of the European leagues. I might be wrong.
No.
Maybe they'll develop stadiums whereby they can have tremendous air conditioning, even if it's an open stadium, to make it viable that teams can play the kind of competitive football we see. Football we see. But I don't know. It just feels it's money based, and I think we're losing very good players. It's a
Mm,
shame.
mm, I mean, it used to be known as, where players that are that are almost getting to the retirement stage.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, it used to
absolutely.
be known as that, you know, like a sort of a hospice. I mean, it's a bad
Yeah,
word to
well,
use,
yeah,
but
it's
it,
true.
it, it was
Yeah,
like sort of a hospice for players that were, but now they're getting younger and younger, just going
yeah,
over there, you know, in their 20s, they go in, and you think, obviously, like you said, money talks, don't it? Um, but then just looking at the plus side of it, I mean, it could be at Liverpool, have an injury, an injury ending, career engine ending injury, and he wouldn't make
mm,
that money anyway. So I suppose, you know, you could look
no,
at it.
that's
You
true.
could, yeah, you could look at it that way and think, you know, at least that way he's a bit secure, isn't he? But then
Yeah, I mean, no, go on.
yeah, no, I was just looking at the contrast. Because then Liverpool in exchange they bought Alexander Isak for over
Yeah,
from Newcastle. And can you guess how much they pay him for him?
it was vast, wasn't it? It was 100 and something million, wasn't it?
I know, I know, and I'm thinking, well, it was 130 million, and I'm thinking
130 million. Yeah,
130 million for
yeah.
Alexander Isak, you know, it's not Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, no,
You
he's
know,
not, and he's a
yeah,
good player, and he's a
is yeah,
skillful player. I mean, I noticed that Eddie Howe wasn't over pleased with him. He had a real go at Isak, didn't he, about his
yeah,
attitude in all of this, and told him not to come to the training, before the transfer.
yeah,
So yeah, I think this is the trouble. Again, money will turn players' heads. Not just money, but I suppose Isak thinks, well, Liverpool is a step up in terms of a quality team, a team that can definitely win the league as it did last year, and
yeah,
possibly win the Champions League, which is done under Klopp, didn't it?
yeah,
So players will gravitate towards those top teams. We need to see still whether players consider Man City one of the top teams. I suspect they do, but
mm,
that's a little bit jury's out onto what they're going to be like this year. But yeah, I think the trouble is every so often you get kind of a correction, a financial correction for the going rate for footballers in the Premier League and probably
yeah,
other leagues as well around the world. And whereas for a long time, sort of 80, 90 million